Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me for this week's reading. I feel like I just need to pull one card from the Archangel Michael Oracle deck, and I'll be pulling one card and tuning in to that card to receive messages. So as always, these readings are general readings, so they may or may not resonate with you. Having said that, I want to get right into the reading and see what messages are coming through. Set the intention for Spirit to bring forward one card for the collective. What message needs to come through? Okay, I'm getting two cards. Okay, three cards. Three cards, so we're gonna stick with it, okay? So the first card we have is forgive yourself, you've done nothing wrong. And the prayer on the card is, I ask that you help me let go of self-blame and forgive yourself. Forgive myself. Please guide me in releasing any toxic anger or fear towards others. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for allowing me to feel centered and at peace. Okay, I'm just gonna read through all the cards and then tap into it. Then we have honor and trust your feelings. Prayer on the card is, thank you, Archangel Michael, for supporting, guiding, and protecting me as I listen to and act upon my feelings. Help me understand and express my emotions with love. Beautiful card. And the third card we have is go forward fearlessly. The prayer on the card is, thank you for walking with me every step of the way, for holding my hand, giving me confidence and courage, and guiding my thoughts and actions in the direction of love and my true life's purpose. All right. So what am I getting with this? I'm going to start with the first card. Okay. This is, you see this child and this baby lamb, you know. What I'm getting is that the divine sees the innocence in you. We are on this earth realm and we go through a lot of life lessons, and sometimes what we perceive as certain situations we perceive as mistakes. Like, you know, you may feel like you made a mistake, or you may feel like I can't forgive myself, or you know, or maybe you can't forgive someone else. Whatever it may be for you, this card is saying to view the divine in everyone, to view every experience as a divine experience, okay? Let me see what else I'm getting with this. I'm also getting the message of lighten your load, okay? Like if you're holding on to any resentments, and these resentments or anger or these issues can go as back as your childhood. Maybe there is some memory from your childhood that keeps triggering up, or this can be recent past, or whatever it may be for you. What I'm getting is you don't need to hold on to those things. You just set the intention that you want to release it. You don't want to hold on to that anger. You don't want to hold on to that negativity. And you know, it's not for us to seek justice. This is what I understand is, it's not for me to go around seeking justice. I just simply surrender to the universe that this is something, you know, when I go through a challenging situation, this is what I do. I just surrender to the universe. I just say that this is beyond me. I really can't handle this, and I want the angels and my guides or whatever, you know, the higher authorities to kind of transmute this energy or to work for the highest and best for everyone involved, and I just surrender it. So this is what works for me. This has always worked for me, because then I'm just kind of release that energy and I don't hold on to this. But what I'm getting with this card is more than anything is self-forgiveness, okay? Forgive yourself for your past mistakes. Forgive yourself for not being perfect. Forgive yourself for not saying the perfect things, for not doing the perfect things, and try and understand that every experience in your life is teaching you precious lessons, okay? So that's the first card that I'm getting. Now, the second card, honor and trust your feelings. And I'm really drawn to this beautiful Merkaba. That's something that's been coming up so strongly for me in my personal life, the Merkaba and all these geometrical symbols. And what I'm getting is the purity of your heart. And look at the way this Merkaba shines, through this angel. Sorry guys, my nails are not the greatest because I went some berry picking and my nails are still purple because of that, so forgive me for that. Anyways, so what I'm getting is, your heart, like your heart center, like get into your heart and understand that your heart is pure. And you can even imagine this Merkaba in your heart center, clearing up the energy in your heart and bringing that light in. I almost feel for many of you, you guys are doing a lot of forgiveness work on yourself and even on those who have hurt you. You're just kind of forgiving them and you're just releasing this energy. And this is what I find in my personal life is the minute I start, if it's hard for you to forgive, just whenever that person's thought comes to your mind, just say, I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you. And eventually you will not feel no negative charge towards that person and you will be able to set it free, because what happens is when you hold unforgiveness, when you hold bitterness, you're actually energetically corded to that person, but you start forgiving in your mind and you set the intention, I'm gonna forgive. That kind of sets you free. Okay, so just a thought I wanted to let you guys know. And this card is saying that you know the truth in your heart, you know who you are, the divine knows who you are, and you're an innocent child. Look at this, your innocence is noticed by spirit knows your grace and you are forgiven. That's what I'm getting also. And I'm getting that release all these limitations, inhibitions, anger, resentment from your heart. You can imagine the Merkaba in your heart center flowing through. Let it spin and allow it to clear your energy. Okay, and for some, I'm also getting with these cards is you may have to close certain doors, or you may have to close certain chapters in your life, whether this was a job, whether this was a relationship. And this card is saying you made the right choices. Okay, you made those right choices. Like sometimes you may hold guilt, or you may hold that maybe I didn't do right, or maybe that wasn't the right thing for you. But this card is saying that what you did was right. Honor and trust yourself. See, this is what I believe, that our intuition is our inner compass. We're always connected to the divine, to spirit through our intuition. And when we honor our intuition, we are on our highest path. And the third card, go forward fearlessly. You are on the right path. That's what I'm getting. Look at the light again here. So this is like you're on the right path. You're being pushed ahead in a different direction is also what I'm getting. Like you're moving in a different direction. And for some, I'm getting like you relocating. For some, I'm getting you're leaving a job behind. For some, I'm getting you leaving your old friends, or you're even leaving old relationships that worked for you at one time and that are not working for you now. And this card is saying, like, don't be hard on yourself. Like you understand why you are making certain choices, why you choose to close certain doors. You may have felt drained around these people, or you may have felt misused, or you may have felt that you were undervalued, or whatever it may be, your reason may be for closing certain doors. You understand those reasons, you understand your truth, right? And these cards, last card is telling me that you are moving forward. The spirit is moving you in a different direction altogether. Once again, because in this one, Archangel Michael is holding this ball of light. It's like, it's the same card as this. Like your guidance, you're receiving guidance through your heart. You're receiving guidance through your solar plexus, through your heart, and your guidance is to move forward. They're taking you in a different direction. And I'm also getting, not everyone's gonna understand this direction. Okay, maybe it's your parents, they don't understand you, and or maybe there's a family member, there's a loved one, or there is a best friend that you had for since your childhood, and it's just not working anymore. These cards are saying whichever direction we're leading you, that is the right direction for you. So trust yourself, honor your feelings. There's the reason you're feeling the way you're feeling. There's the reason your intuition is guiding you a certain path. There is a reason why certain doors are being closed for you. So trust yourself. We all have this tendency of being hard on ourselves. We all have this tendency of judging ourselves, of getting into this place of, just being hard on ourselves through thoughts, through our own negativity. So break this cycle of negativity and understand that what your intuition is telling you. In order to listen to your intuition, you always have to, guys, take out time to be alone, be by yourself. If you're on the, listening to the radio all the time, or on the internet all the time, or, and I tend to do that, and I have to literally be conscious of it and cut it off and say, okay, you know what, I'm not going to go back to it. I'm going to focus on myself. And I find the more I focus on myself and the more I take out time in nature and disengage from everything else, the more louder my intuition gets and the more clarity I gain about what it is that I want to do and what is right for me. And what may be right for me may not be right for you. That's why I'm telling you guys to connect with your higher self, to take out this time to meditate, to know your truth, and to follow your guidance, okay? So I'm going to leave you with that. My intention was to just draw one card, but 3 cards wanted to come. Spirit always has a higher plan, and I just go with it. Thank you so much. You guys have a great one. I will see you next week.